At least once in every hiker's life, the Appalachian Trail sort of reaches out and calls to them. Maybe it's the mystique of the trail. Maybe it's the challenge. But somewhere during that hike, if the hiker takes up the challenge, arises the question, golly, am I going to make it? Well, today, you're going to meet a very interesting lady who's found a very interesting way of answering that question. Many years ago, I hiked the Appalachian Trail from Georgia to northern Maine. Did I ever sometimes wonder whether I'd finish the trail? Unless I broke something, no, I didn't. But today we're going to meet someone who's found out how to do it in a more rational way. Debbie Roberts. Deb, it is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a real pleasure to meet you too.
Now, how long have you been at this?
I've been hiking the Appalachian Trail for 30 years in bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces. And you got a few bits and pieces to go.
I do. I have about 325 miles to go.
Wow, that's quite a chunk.
It is quite a chunk.
You know, the Appalachian Trail's like a bag of candies, isn't it? You never know what you're going to get.
And sometimes the candy's gone bad.
Well, today we're going to only about 2 miles.
Yes.
To a campsite. We'll set up camp. We'll talk up there and have supper. And tomorrow you're going to go on over Saddleback, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, well, the way to get it done, what's the old saying? Every journey begins with?
The first step.
Vámonos. Let's go.
Allons-y.
Okay. Allons-y. I like that. We're hiking a section of the Appalachian Trail that crosses Route 4 just west of Madrid, Maine. The trail crosses the Rangeley Mountains on its way to an overnight campsite about 2 miles from the parking lot. Climbing up out of a valley. It doesn't take long before the trail begins to flex its muscle. Wait, not yet. Okay, straight up. With a bit of push and a little pull, one hurdle is cleared. I'm pretty sure it won't be the last.
There we go.
Debbie Roberts lives in Virginia, about an hour from the Appalachian Trail. She's a sectional hiker, someone who tackles the AT more than 2,100 miles, a little bit at a time. When did the bug first strike you? You remember how it happened?
The desire to hike the trail?
Yeah.
Well, I started out as a Girl Scout leader, taking my Girl Scout troops backpacking. And I met other Girl Scout leaders who were doing the same thing. And as girls got busier and busier with their schedules as they got older, my friends used to say to me, well, why don't we just go for a weekend? And that's how it started. Never with the intention of doing the whole Appalachian Trail, just bits and pieces here and loving it. But when my friends started finishing, they suggested that I try and finish. So I've been on this quest for 30 years.
Like the Holy Grail. Wow, that's amazing. When I hiked the AT many years ago, there weren't many people doing the same. Now it's a much busier trail. There's always someone to meet and hike with, but Debbie hires guides.
This is my guide for this 5-day backpacking trip. This is Ken Hodges from Redline Guiding.
How you doing? I'm along here for moral support, and she'll tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Like hold my hand and pull me over the scary parts.
Yeah.
I really need support like that. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And he's got
You're
such
welcome.
a great personality. First time I talked to him on the phone, there was an instant match.
Well,
Not that far.
I think this is an exciting beginning to what I hope will be a dull day. Ken Hodges works for Redline Guiding, an outfitter located in the Mount Washington Valley.
Generally, I'm taking them from the trailhead to the summit and back again. Sometimes it might just be for company, as in the case of a very experienced hiker that I know of. He needed to do some hikes in the winter. He didn't want to be out alone in the winter, so I just went with him. He had as much experience as me. Other people might have no idea what they are doing. A typical client wants to go to the top of Mount Washington because it's there. They've never climbed before. And we'll take them out, just take them by the hand and take them up and get them back.
Energizing. I am taking it as a guided trip because I am aware of my abilities, and I have sometimes a fear factor when there's height involved. None of my friends want to hike the hard parts anymore. So I knew I wanted to do New Hampshire, but I knew I couldn't do it on my own. So that's when I first reached out to Redline Guiding. And it's been so helpful. I always feel safe. I get different perspectives. People remind me to drink water, to take a rest, and assist in getting water and that kind of thing. It gets harder as you get older, believe it or not. I know you don't know that, but it does get harder.
What gets harder?
Hiking the Appalachian Trail.
That's a piece of cake. Nothing to it. Debbie discovered the outdoors just as most of us do, when she was a kid. So you grew up insecure, right?
No, I did not. I was
Okay.
very loved.
But you moved a lot.
I moved a lot
Yeah.
because when I was small, my father was going for his PhD, and then he got called back during the Korean War into the Navy, and we went to Hawaii, and after that we went back to Arizona where he finished his PhD in geology. The first job that he got was with the Geological Survey, but he was surveying the top of a mountain in Colorado. So we lived in trailers on a mesa.
Oh, gee. What was
But it looked like this, you know, and I get up in the morning, I just run through the woods. So that's probably how I learned to love the woods.
I wish the whole Appalachian Trail was like this.
When people ask me what I am, I'm a hiker. That's, you know, before I might have been a profession, now I'm a hiker. When I go out and enjoy myself, I go out and I hike.
Ken's retired from a long career that kept him outdoors and moving.
Carrying mail. Neither rain nor sleet nor dark or night. And then I would hike on the weekends or whenever I could.
Just to give you an idea of what it takes to hike the AT, most people start in Georgia with the goal of finishing in northern Maine. Those who complete the trek can be on the trail for half a year.
Thank you for your patience.
Maybe 75% of the people that start it don't finish. They get demoralized within the first several hundred miles. I have a friend that tried to do the AT end to end. He did do it, but he said he got up into New England and he was calling home in tears, and I don't know if I can finish this, but he did finish it. It can be demoralizing. He was solo hiking it for the most part. So, yeah, the people I know that have section hiked it, it has taken them years to do it, but they're happy about it.
Yeah, it is good. The hard part, though, is if you're a through hiker, you break your body in.
Yeah.
If you're out for a week or 2 weeks, just about the time you're getting broken in and you have to go off trail again. So it's kind of different from a through hiker. It gives me more time to remember and appreciate what I've just done and think about where I want to go next.
Part of the beauty of that is that they can skip around. They could start in Georgia if they want, or they can start in Maine, or they can start right out their back door, wherever they live, and do that section and then just add on sections.
Deb, you enjoy this?
I would say most of the time I enjoy it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The trail has a lot of fun, happy things, but a lot of difficult things.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, look at the trees here. It's like a French cathedral, isn't it?
It is. It is like
They're
a
all reaching for the
And
sky.
you can't see this sitting in your living room, so that's one of the reasons I come out here. I used to go on a hike and see these gorgeous sights, and
Yeah.
I'd like take a picture in my head,
Yeah.
and then I'd be back at my desk, and when things got stressful, I would think back to that day on the trail, and I had an
yeah.
awesome day.
That's great.
I still do that.
So how dedicated are you to finishing the trail?
Well, I'm so close to finishing. Part of it is it checking it off. I know that doesn't sound like the best attitude, but I've done so many hard things and gone so far. I just want to celebrate
Yeah, right.
my accomplishments.
Last year, I helped a woman finish. She had a 10-mile piece in Baxter State Park. That was it. She had done Katahdin, she had done everything else. There was a little 10-mile piece, and Debbie and I are going to be doing that at the end of the week.
Well, if you want to avoid the mud, you can go up right there.
Mud, here I go.
Okay.
After we finish this 5-day backpack, we're going up to Katahdin.
Whoa.
And we're there 4 nights just to make sure that we have a fair weather day.
So you're going to go for it?
I'm going to go for it if this wonderful guide of mine says, yes, I think you can do it.
For most AT through hikers, those who go end to end, Mount Katahdin in northern Maine is the finish line. It can excite and intimidate.
I have a lot of nervousness about Katahdin because I've heard so much about it and how hard it is and how you have to grab onto a rung on the side and swing yourself over.
No.
But I don't think that's the one we're taking.
No, that's not that dramatic.
I guess I'm afraid of the scree that you could slide down and
No, you'll be fine. If you're going to Bay Ball Trail, right?
yes.
It's brand new. It's in good shape.
What do you mean by brand new?
They just put in a new route. The
Oh, I
old,
thought
the
it-
old one was
okay.
in, the old one was in tough shape. Oh, we got water. But before Katahdin, Debbie and Ken have this stretch of the AT to finish, and then another 9 miles beyond the campsite. After that, they plan to take a break before moving on to Baxter State Park, where they'll take on Katahdin. The longer I wait, the longer it's going to take. During 30 years of hiking the AT, Debbie has covered about 1,800 miles.
I have a feeling that I'll finish in North Carolina. And the reason for that is that my friends who have finished, they like to have everybody who's ever hiked with them come and do the last few miles of the trail. But it won't be this year. I usually do 50 miles each trip, and this time I will do close to 100 probably, which is a lot. And I did 40 in southern Smokies earlier this year.
So here we are on our last day in the Smoky Mountains. I'm here with Bear Repellent, who is behind me,
Debbie's hike through the Smokies led her right to Ken.
smiling in the foggy Smoky Mountains.
A couple of months ago, she's been hiking with one of our other guides who is now in either Ohio or New York State. She's on a couple of long-distance hikes. She's going to be heading out to North Dakota soon. But she said, I'm not available to be with Debbie. Could you do it? I think you two would get along good. So I said, all right. So Debbie and I spoke, and here we are.
There we are. And that brings Bear Repellent another, how many did we do, 40?
40 miles and no bear sightings.
40 miles closer to completing her years-long section hike.
I've been very lucky because the guides that I have had have been wonderful companions and now good friends.
Right, there's a rock right there you can step on, and I'll give you a hand.
Yeah, that one's the rocker.
Okay,
got it.
good.
I've never hiked with a guide, but I'm beginning to see its advantages. When I'm ambushed by fatigue and dehydration, Ken's right there to
I don't know
help.
where they came from. Generally what happens with these, you put one in your water,
Yeah.
and it just takes a while. I like to break one in half, dissolve it on my tongue, and then drink it with water. Dissolve it on your tongue.
All right.
It's going to be fizzy. You want me to drop this other half in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I took an electrolyte pill. I'm still taking it. I'm dissolving it on my tongue.
And we're just going to give him a couple of minutes,
And,
just so he can finish drinking it. And it'll take about 5 minutes, and he'll feel the effects from that.
wow. Ready to go, boy.
Good stuff, huh?
Bing, bing, bing. Round 3.
You know, it's some people just, they'll let the trail beat them up, and you can tell them it's okay, it's happened to me. I came back, I did it again another time. Or sometimes you can say, well, that is the hardest part of the trail. You got through it, the rest is easy. I'm gonna put Willem right up, more or less against me, right behind me
Okay.
on this.
You want to go across to check it? Is this where he's talking right here?
Yeah, he's where he's talking about. Are
Okay.
you comfortable with this?
I think so. I've
Okay.
done a couple before, but I can see where some black spots on it.
Yeah.
Kiki, come on. You little brute. Houseman Vake.
Or just stick to the left and you're okay.
I'm going to get up on. But then the next one's cruddy. What's the most challenging part of the trail so far for you?
I think almost all of New Hampshire was challenging.
Yeah.
It's got such steep ups, and I don't consider that hiking.
Yeah.
Lots of times it's hand over hand, and that's not what I think of when I think of doing the trail.
Yeah,
And that's challenging.
okay.
And sometimes the heights that you go up are pretty scary.
This one's not bad.
You just want him on right now, Debbie?
Yeah?
That's a rocker.
Both of them?
Yeah. She was really worried about this. She was down around Grafton Notch, and she got a little beat up in there. She fell. She's got a nice bruise on her, and it demoralized her a little bit. And I just said, you did it. That's one of the hardest sections to do. And when we get up here, you're just going to have an easier time.
How do you keep in shape?
Well, right now, since I knew that I was going to be doing hard Maine, I go to a personal trainer twice a week. And I walk in my neighborhood, and I hike with a friend once a week on the Appalachian Trail in Maine. I'm not Maine, in Maryland.
Maryland, yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't prepare you for this. Thank you for your patience. Anytime.
Says here we got 0.3 miles to go.
Do you think we'll make it before midnight?
I'm not sure I'm going to make it at all.
I think we can do that.
Yeah, we'll make it by midnight, I hope.
We're almost there. I see our campsite.
I share Debbie's sense of relief. Yeah, the campsite might not look like much, but for AT hikers, it's a lot. There are tent sites, platforms, and a lean-to. Will it be tent or lean-to? Well, I'll tell you what. Getting in and out of a tent, which is a hands and knees event, and this would be quite a lot handier. So long as the black flies aren't too bad and the mosquitoes aren't too bad, I think I'll opt for this. Now, normally I wouldn't take you here, but I must. Whoever designed this privy had a great sense of humor.
Is that what you do first?
I do the front first, but I don't think it really makes a difference.
Tents are staked, sleeping bags rolled out. Supper on the Appalachian Trail is served. One time at a Canadian fishing camp, Gigi, the cook, said to me, "The professor you're with Every time you're talking, he says, interesting. What does that mean? I said, it's just like French. Interessant means interesting. But sometimes, if someone you know is not a very good poet or a very good painter and shows you something that they want you to like, you say, interesting. She said, I know just what you mean. This is interesting. Debbie and Ken will continue north tomorrow morning. It's been a full and fun day for me. I think it was for them too.
When I first started hiking, you know, my job was stressful.
Yeah.
And I'd get out here for 2 weeks and it just would simplify everything. You're out in nature, it's beautiful, and you have to find water and shelter, and you have to have food, and all that other stuff that's going on in your life just loses importance, so your values change.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you go back to work and you sit at your desk and you remember one of the places you hiked, and I love that. Plus it's kind of fun to look at the map and see everything I've done, and
Yeah, it is fun.
that is.
Yeah.
Well, you have a very good evening.
And here comes Deb. The belle of the ball, the star of the show.
Good morning. Good morning,
Bonjour.
sunshines. How are
Look
you?
at there.
Did you sleep well?
No.
I did. I slept like a log.
You slept well?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I didn't know. Well, it is now the morning after. We just passed a pleasant night here in the bushes, and Ken and Deb are about to take off for the high peaks today, right? About 9 miles to go. Mm-hmm. You got it in you?
He's gonna drag me. Need be.
If he's as good with you as he was with me,
I'll make
you'll
it.
make it.
I'll
You'll
make it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very confident.
Oh yeah, no question. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you so much.
It is. Oh, what a pleasure.
It was my pleasure. I had such a good time with you.
And Kenneth, you're a brick. Anytime you're looking for work, call me.
Okay, do that.
Entirely mine.
Okay, see you again sometime, I hope.
Oh yeah. It's a new day and a new section of the Appalachian Trail for Debbie to discover.
But I want to shake hands with this man before we go.
There you go. Good to meet you, Ken.
You too. Good luck.
Delightful to know you. Bye,
Thank you, Nico.
Bye. Yeah, have a great rest of your trip.
Thank you. We will.
I look forward to hearing all about it.
All right, you will.
Safe travels.
Seek and you shall find.
Ken and Debbie spend the next 4 days making their way across the Saddleback Range.
Come on across.
They rest 2 days before they face Katahdin.
Another minute, Deb. You're almost there.
I can't believe it.
Come on in. I guess they always take a piece of the trail with them. It is a major part of their life. When you are introduced to them, you're told, I hiked the Appalachian Trail. It's just, it could have been 10, 20 years ago, but they did it. It's a major part of what they are because it is life-changing. Congratulations, Deb, you've done it. You have successfully summited Katahdin, and it is a glorious day up here.
Woohoo!
You build relationships, you become friends with these people, and you might not ever see them again afterwards, and you never know, but they're a part of your life too. It's a good personal relationship job. Can't make a living at it, but it's a good personal relationship job. Hi, Deb.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good. I'm happy to be here today.
Thank you for sharing the journey with us today on the Appalachian Trail. I hope to see you again on Windows to the Wild. I'm Willem Lang. Support for the production of Windows to the Wild is provided by the Alice J. Reen Charitable Trust, the Fuller Foundation, the Gilbert Verney Foundation, Bailey Charitable Foundation, the Macinich Foundation, and viewers like you. Thank you.